Lithium-ion batteries aren't just used for electric bicycles. These days, they're also commonly used in most power tools. This is a Bosch lithium-ion battery pack with an XT60 connector added from last time. Today, we'll fully customize this old battery pack. First, let's start with refilling the battery pack. Inside the Bosch battery pack, bolts are hidden behind the stickers. Using a Trox wrench, I've removed all the bolts. First off, to replace the worn-out batteries, we plan to disassemble and remove them. The battery nickel sheets are layered, so if removed incorrectly, it's very easy to cause a short circuit. If you're planning to refill the battery, be mindful of this. With nickel sheets of over 0.3 thickness, removal is a bit challenging. Once the nickel sheet is removed, you can use a fan or a round stick to push the battery out. We've prepared 10 new LG lithium batteries capable of a continuous discharge of 20 ampere each. Since all batteries need to have the same charge, ensure their voltages are equal. If the voltage difference between the plus and minus of the new battery is within 0.05 volts, it's safe to use. Attach insulating paper rings to protect the batteries from potential overheating due to the nickel sheets. First, insert the batteries and secure them with white pins. Now, spot weld the nickel sheets following the animation pattern we just showed. It's good to secure the nickel sheet with magnets to prevent it from shaking. For increasing allowable current, please stack 2 nickel sheets and spot weld them. Making scratches on the nickel sheet plates before soldering will make soldering much easier. Then, solder the existing cables for connection. Now, let's move on to the position of the nickel sheet layers in the battery pack. Cut a 0.2 mm thick insulation sheet and apply some 3M spray adhesive to let it dry a bit before sticking. Since spot welding can damage the insulation, temporarily place another sheet underneath. This part might encounter a bottleneck due to high current flow, so please weld 2 nickel sheet plates together. If using high melting point lead-free solder, ensure you apply enough flux for easier soldering. Now, solder the wires for connection. Protect the battery with Kapton tape. Attach a 1 mm thick EVA sheet to prevent the battery from shaking. We've prepared a DC connector, 5.5 mm 2.1 mm female connector, which is commonly used in electric bicycle chargers. The longer leg is negative, and the shorter one is positive. Now, slide the heat shrink tubing to protect the terminals. Solder the wires to the discharge position. With the addition of a DC connector for charging, other chargers can also be used. A 21-volt charger can be used for full charging. The grinder that used to shut down in 30 seconds can now be used for a long time. We found that the first generation Bosch battery packs didn't balance the voltage between the battery cells. So we purchased a DIY kit for Bosch battery packs with protection functions. Second generation. We decided to separate the existing battery cells for reuse. Be careful not to cover the bolt holes when arranging the nickel sheet plates. Try folding them first. You can reinforce areas with a lot of heat by attaching heat-resistant tape, such as Kapton tape. Attach a 1 mm thick EVA sheet to prevent the battery from shaking. Let's first assemble the side covers of the battery pack. To make it easier for solder to stick to the balance cable connection terminals, make scratches and solder them. Due to viewers' requests, we've also tried connecting an XH2.546 pin balance cable connector. Please refer to the pattern of connecting balance cables, similar to electric bicycles. The internal space of Bosch battery packs is quite limited, making it very challenging. It's difficult to avoid damaging the wires when closing the case. Now, let's connect the BMS board to the battery. If the cables are properly connected, the battery indicator should work. We readjusted the length of the balance connector cables and tidied up while working. We checked for any short circuits in the cables using an RC battery voltage tester. The voltage between battery cells is almost identical. Everything seems to be in order. You can easily create holes using a Dremel. We're going to pass the balance cable connector through this hole. Now, let's fully assemble the case and test the grinder. The new battery packs are incredibly powerful. I'm very pleased with them. This time, let's try making a charging connector adapter ourselves. We've attached Kapton tape to the battery pack. Fold the 0.2 mm thick nickel sheet with a width of 8 mm into 2 halves and prepare 2 pieces. Place them in the battery pack assembly tool. Make scratches on the nickel sheet to make soldering easier. Now, let's connect the DC connector, 5.5 mm, 2.1 mm female connector, which is most commonly used in electric bicycle chargers. Mix and apply epoxy clay for bonding. It will harden like a rock in about 6 hours. After about 3 hours, before it completely hardens, detach it. Now, with the use of an affordable DC connector adapter, charging with balance charging is also possible. We've also made balance charging and management systems ourselves, significantly extending the lifespan of this tool's battery pack. We've set up a 5-series lithium-ion charging. Mastering Electric Bike Series is a great book for understanding the basics of making and maintaining mobility devices, including batteries. I'm Dr. Road in Quan. Subscriptions and likes greatly support the production of videos. Thank you for watching.